So earlier we have talked about the listening tips and tricks and the overview of the different aspects of listening and different types of questions in the listening. Now we are moving towards the reading test. So in reading test, they judge your ability to read and comprehend the written text, and you will be able to answer the questions, and according to your answers you will be given the band score. So right now we are just going to view about the all question types, and then after the question types I will give you tips and tricks about the reading skill. Okay, and if you can see that there will be passage 1, passage 2, passage 3, and in every passage there will be 13 questions, and in one passage there will be 14 questions, and will take we will have total 1 hour to solve these questions, and in the same 1 hour we have to shift the answers. We don't get extra time for shifting the answers, so we have to shift the answers in the same time. So there will be a passage like this. Okay, these passages will be from some research or other things, and here you can see we have a passage, and this is all about step wells, and then there will be questions about this passage. Okay, there will be different question types like true, false, and if Nimra, you please speak these 3 lines: true, false, not given, and in front of whatever is written in front of these lines.
Okay. True if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information, not given if there is no information on this.
Okay, the question type true, false. So there are the 5 statements, and you will have to answer these questions as true, false, and not given. And what's the criteria? If the statement agrees with the information, it is true. If the statement contradicts the information, it is false. And if there is no information on this, it will be not given. So you have to be careful. There will be the use of skills like skimming and scanning. I'm going to tell you about these skills as well. After familiarizing you with the types of questions and the test, then I will give you the some tips and tricks about the reading skill. Okay. Examples of ancient step wells can be found all over the world. All over the world. Sorry. So examples of ancient step wells can be found all over the world. So this is a statement, and we can't answer the statement on the basis of our general knowledge or our specific knowledge. We have to answer the question according to the information available in the given passage. Okay, so if the statement will agree, it is true. If the statement contradicts, it is false. And if there is no mention of this statement in the passage, it will be not given. Then there are choose one word only from the passage for each answer. Write your answer in boxes 6 to 8 on your answer sheet. Which part of some step wells provide shade for people? Provided shade. What type of serious climatic event which took place in southern Rajasthan is mentioned in the article? Who are frequent visitors to step wells nowadays? So this is short answer question, and you will have to answer with how many words?
1 word.
Yes. So you must keep in mind while doing the test. Okay. So how you will manage the answer? You will read the question, then you will move to the passage. You will skim and scan the passage, and you will find out the area by the keywords. Which part of some step wells provided shade for people. So, okay, part of step 12, shade for people. So these are your keywords. You will keep these words in your mind, and then you will move towards the text. Okay, you will scan the text for the part, okay, the exact part where the answer is, and these skimming and scanning techniques will help you to answer the question, and we are going to discuss about different tips and tricks of IELTS reading after this lecture. Okay, then there is another type of question. You can see here is a table, and the question number 9 to 13 are in the table, and for table you must learn what is written at the top of the table, what is written on the left side of the table. That will give you an ample chance to answer the questions properly. And here you can see excellent condition despite the dash of 2001. Okay, so this is the step 12 type. Then there is a date, features, and there, and these are the words you will keep in mind. Okay, excellent condition despite the, okay, so despite the dash of 2000. So 2001 is your keyword, despite some things, other notes about. So this is step 12 type. Okay, Gani ki wave. Okay, Surya font and Rajni ki Burai. So Jan Burai, and then you will take the keywords from here, from the question, and you will move to passage, scan the passage, and the answers will come in chronological order. And if you will find one answer, and then onwards you will find the next answers as well. Okay, you will take the keywords, keep in mind the keywords, and then move to words the passage and find out your answer, and then write your answer in the blanks. In the same way, there will be passage 2. There will be different types of questions. Here you can see the matching heading questions, and in the matching heading question, there will be the list of headings. Okay, and then you have to write these. You will have to find out the answers of these headings, that which paragraph having the you will match this information, that which heading will be super fit for any of these paragraphs, for paragraph A, paragraph B, paragraph C. So what will you do? You will read, there is paragraph A, B, C. This is about the passage 1, and now this question is related to passage 2. We will move forward. Sometimes the questions are before the passage. Okay, and it is about passage 2. Hey, passage 2 is here. So what will you do? You will read first 2 lines of the paragraph and last 1 or 2 lines of the paragraph. In this way, you will have a gist of paragraph. You will have some general idea about the overall view, because the first 2 lines are always the topic sentence, and the topic sentence is telling what is the paragraph about. It is difficult to conceive a vigorous economic growth without an efficient transport system, although modern information technologies can reduce the demand for physical transport. So this is telling the whole story. Then we will come here to the list of headings. We will say a fresh and important long-term goal, charging for roads and improving other transport, changes affecting the distance good may, taking all the steps necessary to change, the environmental cost of road, the escalation cost of rail, the need to achieve transport rebalance, the rapid growth of private transport, plans to develop major road network, restricting road use through charging policies, transport trends in countries awaiting. You will analyze all the 4. You will say note, and you will judge what's the heading for paragraph A. Then you will read the paragraph B in the same way. First 2 lines, and then the last 2 lines, and then you come to the list of headings, decide, and write in front of given place to write the paragraph headings. Just number. You will not write the, sometimes I have observed the students write even the heading. Okay, no need. You will just write these Roman numbers in front of these mentioned paragraphs A, B, C, D. Okay, and always keep in mind that the paragraph F is already solved, so don't search for it. Okay, already solved means that this is for you as an example. So paragraph F is having heading number 7, the need to achieve transport rebalance. The need to achieve transport rebalance. This is the heading of paragraph F. So from this, you can see that this is the solved. At the same time, greater effort must be made to achieve a modal shift. Such a change cannot be achieved overnight. Okay. So at the same time, greater efforts must be made to achieve a modal shift. Such a change cannot be achieved overnight. All the less so after over half a century of constant. And with international goods train struggling along at an average speed of 18 km per hour, 3 possible options have emerged. So for paragraph F, you can see here the heading number 7, the need to achieve transport rebalance. So this is telling us whatever has been discussed in the paragraph F. So its heading is 7. So in this way, you will solve this question. And about passage 2, there are further questions. Again, true and false. We have already discussed. You will read the statement, underline the keywords, and then move to the passage and decide whether it is true, false, or not true. Then there is passage 3, again, third passage. So question number 27 to 40, and there is a paragraph, the psychology of innovation. Why are so few companies truly innovative? So this is the heading. Heading is telling us about the psychology of innovation. So this discussion will be having psychology of innovation, and then there will be questions, and we will use the skimming and scanning technique to solve these questions. So here you can see the multiple choice question, the example of the $1 million quarter, underline the writer's point about. Okay, so that shows the example of the $1 million quarter. Example $1 million quarter, underline the writer's point about. So writer's point about, and then there are 4 options, and you will have to underline the keywords, move towards the passage, scan the passage and find out the answer, and then decide what's the answer, A, B, C. Then there are some further questions. These are complete each sentence with the correct ending A to G. So you will use the skimming technique here. Implies whose value match those of their implies are more likely to. So there are the further part of the sentence, and you will move to the passage, find the keywords, and then decide what will be the ending of these sentences. Okay, so this will use your skimming technique. And then again, there is true false question. That shows that there are a lot of true false questions. Try to practice maximum true false questions so that you will be able to score well, because most of the times true false questions are mostly coming in the test. Maybe they are about 15. So approximately 50% questions. Sometimes there can be 10 questions about the true false, and there may be 15. Here in this test, I am observing there are more than 10. So it means that you should try to focus on all types of questions, and especially the questions who are giving you more problem and who are giving you more problem, and try to resolve them. Okay, and if you have some question in your mind, so you can ask from me.
Sir, we will get 3 passages in reading test.
Yes, you will get 3 passages in your reading test. Any other question?
And sir, how much time we will get?
You will get 1 hour for total 3 passages, okay? And you will have to shift the answers in the same 1 hour, okay? You will get the answer sheet in advance with your question booklet, and you will have to shift the answers in the same time, 1 hour.
Okay.
So time management is most important in your reading task. Any other question?
Okay. No, sir, thank you.
Okay, now I am going to give you some tips and tricks about reading test, okay?
Okay.
Okay, dear students, Career Center C2 presents IELTS and Pearson Test of English, Language Cert, Oxford English Language Test, and all the language tests like IELTS Life Skills, IELTS Academic, IELTS General Training. And now we are moving towards our further tips and tricks about reading. And you can see here the total time 60 minutes, 3 reading passages, totally 40 questions, okay? So there will be 40 questions, 60 minutes, and this will be divided in 3 reading passages. Texts are taken from books, magazines, journals, and newspapers. So it means that if we want to perform good in our reading test, so we have to practice in our day-to-day life, we have to practice reading books, reading magazines, reading journals, and newspapers. But one thing is very important, that from your reading question booklet, you can judge that what types of articles are these, okay? So when you will judge the types, so try to read these types of articles in books or magazines or journals. Question types: find details, information, identify attitude and views, complete a diagram. Sometimes there will be diagram as well to complete it or to label it, okay? Journal reading strategies: identify reading skills being tested, practice these skills like skimming and scanning and getting the meaning from some information. You must be able to comprehend what the information is about that. Here you can see, familiarize yourself with the format. We have just learned about the format. You must know the IELTS reading section has 40 questions to be answered in 60 minutes. The texts are usually taken from newspapers, journals, and books on a variety of subjects. Skim the text before you start answering the question. Quickly read through the text to get an idea of its content, purpose, and structure. For that purpose, you read the heading of the passage, okay, and try to solve the matching heading question first. In the matching heading question, you have to move to all the passages. So this will give you an ample chance to have total overview of the whole passage. Highlight keywords as you read, underline or highlight keywords and and phrases that you think are important. This will help you answer the questions more accurately. So during your matching heading question, you can underline the main ideas and thoughts, and that are available mostly in the first 2 lines. And in paragraph writing, every time the topic sentence is mostly in first 1 to 2 lines. Okay, rarely it is in the middle of the paragraph, but mostly 95% plus chances are these will be the first 2 lines, and first 2 lines will tell you what the paragraph about. Use context clues. If you come across a word that you don't know, try to figure out its meaning from the context of the sentence or paragraph. What is this? That if you don't know the meaning, we were swimming in dash. So swimming is always in the water mostly, okay? And you can judge from the context of the word that we were swimming. We were discussing about the problems of reading in class. So it means that you can judge the meaning of the words from the context. Context means you read from the like one word is giving you the problem, so you read the some words before that word and some words after that word. So that with that strategy, you will be able to understand what is the paragraph, what is that word, and you can judge not the exact meaning. You can even judge what is the overall meaning, what are the near meaning of that word. Okay, and that is sufficient for you. We don't need to know the exact meaning in IELTS reading, because we can't manage all the words by word meaning, but we can judge the meanings of every word from the context. Don't spend too much time on one question. This is very important, that sometimes we are not able to manage the answer of the question. There may be some problem. There may be some problem in our understanding of one question. So we shouldn't be stuck with that questions. We should try to manage it later. If identify it, signpost it, and underline or circle that question and do that question at the end. So don't spend too much time on one question. If you are having trouble answering the question, move on to the next question one and come back to it later. Don't waste too much time on any one question. This is very important. Beware of time. Keep an eye on the clock and make sure that you are on track to answer all of the questions within the allotted time. So time management is very important in reading, and skimming and scanning technique is must for you to learn it and to practice it during your test. And there will be a separate lecture about skimming and scanning, and inshallah you will when you will learn that skill will give you an ample chance to improve your reading speed as well, and your accuracy of finding the answers as well. Practice. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will become with the format of the test and the types of questions that you can expect. So when you will do maximum practice, there are mock tests during the weekdays for you people. If you will do the mock test, if you will do the practice test, inshallah, you will be familiarized with all the types of questions and the techniques to solve those questions. And if you will appear in the mock test that is being conducted in weekdays and especially on weekends, so you will be able to manage best score within very shortest possible time. Read a variety of texts. Try to read a variety of texts on different subjects, as this will help you become more familiar with the type of language and the vocabulary that you are likely to encounter in the real IELTS test, real British Council IELTS test, and improve your vocabulary. Work on building your vocabulary by reading widely and regularly, and by using flashcards or other tools to memorize new words. Okay, make the list of new words, write the meanings of those words. English to English meaning is the best way to improve your English, and ultimately this vocabulary will pay you during your test. Take practice tests. Finally, take as many practice tests as you can to familiarize yourself with the format and identify any areas where you need to improve. So what is practice test? To find out the area where you need to improve. So we want to find out the areas that are weak, and we have to improve it further with the different lectures. And here is my YouTube channel link, and if you will click here, you will get the recorded lecture. The same lecture will be uploaded on my YouTube channel, ICT IELTS, and this will give you an ample chance to review whatever you have understood, and you can ask me the question in WhatsApp group and in your online class or on-campus class. So ultimately, this will be really good for you people. Okay. Again, this is the time of questions. If you want to ask any question, you can.
No, sir, thank you.
I hope you have got a lot of information about reading, and in your coming mock test, you will perform well. Okay.
Inshallah, sir.